Boop. Happy Wednesday. Today is Wednesday, July 8th, 2020, and our daily Bible readings for today are Song of Solomon 2:8 through 13, Genesis 29:31 through 35, John 13:1 through 17, or you could have read Psalm 131 and Jeremiah 13:1 through 11, and I'm going to read Jeremiah, who consequently was not a bullfrog. Anyway, so I mentioned something yesterday. We were in Jeremiah, and I mentioned something about prophetic acts, right? Yeah, they're kind of like, they were things that the prophets would do. They were like visual aids for the listening impaired, right? So, in other words, notice I didn't say hearing impaired. It wasn't that the people weren't hearing the prophets; they just weren't listening. Go figure, people. Anyway, so they were things that the prophets would do, especially Jeremiah. Jeremiah is called upon to do these things a lot. Yesterday we talked about the yoke, right, that Hananiah smashed. Well, God had told Jeremiah previously to get this yoke, put it together, and walk around and say, this is what's going to happen to you, right? Wearing this yoke that was meant for oxen. If you don't know what that is, yoke is what they would put on the shoulders of the animals so that they could pull the burden, right? So anyway, Jeremiah, had this prophetic act where Hananiah took it and smashed it, and then all that hilarity ensued for Hananiah. But so these are things that God would have Jeremiah do. And in today's story, God sends Jeremiah shopping. Sends him down to the Joe Boxer outlet store to go buy a loincloth, right? Loincloth or waistcloth. Just some people translate it loincloth. Most of the places you'll see it translated loincloth. Some places like New Jerusalem translates it waistcloth, and it doesn't matter. You get the idea. It's a piece of fabric that was worn kind of to cover up the intimate area, and it was very close to your body, very close to your person, and very close to, let's just say boxers or briefs, right? So anyway, he sends him down to go buy this new loincloth, and he says, okay, here's what I want you to do. Jeremiah's like, yeah? He goes, go buy a loincloth. Okay. He's like, and I want you to wear it around for a while, but don't wash it. Most scripture you'll see it says don't dip it in water. Basically, just don't wash it. So Jeremiah's like, okay, buy a loincloth and wear it, but don't wash it. He goes, yeah. And he said, and the next thing I want you to do is I want you to take it and I want you to bury it under a rock near a river. Okay. And then, I want you to go dig it up after it's good and nasty. Now, at this point, I got to think that Jeremiah is thinking, oh, Lord, please don't make me put this thing back on. Because he's a good prophet. He does what the Lord asks him. He goes, he buys the loincloth, wears it around for a while. We don't really know how long. I kind of picture a couple of weeks, in the good Eastern Mediterranean sunshine and dirt and dust. He's wearing this thing around. His friends probably stopped inviting him over to watch the game, because he was in this weird thing of wearing his loincloth and not washing it. And then he does like God asks him. He takes it and buries it under a rock near the river, and then waits a while and then goes back and digs it up. And I wish I could see Jeremiah's face when he digs up this nasty, filthy loincloth that's probably stinking and festering, and he just holds it up and the wind catches a whiff of it and forces it into his face, and he's, I can't imagine it was a very good scene. And like I said, he's probably just thinking, oh, Lord, please don't make me put this on. Please don't make me wear this loincloth to show them. And God says, nope. No, I don't. He said, that's the whole point of this, Jeremiah. These people, they were close to me. God's saying that these people, I had drawn them close to me. They were intimately close to me. They were like drawn up as close to me as you can get a loincloth up to you. And now they are filthy because of their idolatry and their injustice. And they are filthier than that loincloth that you buried under a rock. And I don't want them anywhere near me. That's the whole point of this prophetic act, is God going to great lengths just to make a point to the people about how far they have fallen from the kind of people that he had called them to be, and how far they had fallen from being the people that he wanted close to them. You know, how does that apply to today? You know, I guess we all have our moments where we're pretty filthy, stinking loincloths. And based on what we're seeing in Jeremiah, maybe God has moments when he really questions whether he wants these people close to him or not. But having said that, the prophet never ends without holding out hope. Now, this story doesn't sound very hopeful right here, but go back and read Jeremiah. Read the whole thing, and you'll see that in spite of all this, God still holds out through the prophet a message of hope for these nasty, filthy people. Anyway, that's our daily Bible reading for today. We'll be back tomorrow. Have a good day. Boop.